Zell Boy Army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. Much requested in the last week or two. I did a 500k and 100k squad builder a couple of weeks ago. People were asking me for a 1 mil or a 2.5 mil. Mostly the 1 mil, but I said I'd do both. So we're putting them both into the same video. So this team, you're going to be able to put it into a few different ways. It could play a 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 5-3-2. It is going to be very versatile. It is not going to be a very unique team. I'll tell you that. It's not going to have lots of random unique players. It's not going to have SBCs or objective players because it's something that I want people to be able to build at all times. Tradable on the market. And I've tried to make it with lots of players with good links. So moving forward, you can upgrade the team if you want to build this team. So let's get into it. So here's the 1 mil team. Very meta defense. Nick Pope, without doubt, in my opinion, is the best value, very cheap keeper in the game. The 6'7" just changes things for him. He's an absolute beast, and he's a strong link to Gomez. There's a few options you could change here, like you could potentially put Semedo at right back, Walker at centre back, he'd still get full chem. You can do different options. I'm not saying that if you use this team, it has to be this exact team. It's just giving you different options. Obviously, there's going to be a few players on chem, but when you're trying to fit great value players in, it's going to be a bit like that. The defence, though, Mendy, Varane, Gomez and Walker, unreal defence, will make you very hard to break down. Still at this point of the game, they're absolute animals. Fight for the badge. Depending on what formation you play, depends on how you move the team forward from here. If it's like a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1, you're going to have Valverde, Federico, the inform, rapid, very decent stats for a destroyer midfielder, but a bit limited going forward because we can't afford an out-and-out top-end destroyer. He's going to be the destroyer CDM in the 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1. And then Kevin De Bruyne, bit limited on his physical stats compared to his team of the year, of course. He's going to be the creator, 5-star weak foot, lots of great stats in there. If you're playing 5-3-2, you're probably going to want to put Mane and Son up front, Rashford and I don't know. It depends how you want to do it. I'd have Mendy as one of the wing backs, and then probably Martial as the other wing back, and then you'd probably have Valverde as the middle sit back centre mid with De Bruyne and Rashford bombing forward from centre mid. So like I said, it's a versatile team that can play a few different formations depending on what you're looking for. The attack, I think it's got a lot of options. Martial isn't great, but I had to put a cheap player in here who would suit the chemistry. You might have SBCs or objective players that can help make this team better. But yeah, Martial's just a cheap, pacey player. Mane, very good on the game, very cheap. That's why he's in this team. 4-star, 4-star. You can get Mane on 8 chem, and then Rashford and Son on 7 chem with a Premier League manager and wants to get loyalty. Rashford, versatile, very good on this game, outplays his stats. He's basically the cheap Mbappe on this game. And then we've got Sunshine on right wing, but he'll be on 7 chem, so you can get him to like 95 sprint speed with a Hunter. Really good card on the game, Son. 5-star weak foot's big. Going to do a lot of work up front for the team. I've used Son, Zayt on my road to glory quite a bit. I've used every player actually in this team, and I like them all. They're going to all do a good job. It's not an elite team, obviously, because at 1 mil coins, when I'm not including SBC's objectives, because I don't know if people have done them or not, it is going to have a bit of a limit to it. That's just the way it goes on FIFA. But I think this team covers a lot of bases, has an elite defense for a cheap price, bit of mix in midfield, pace up front, good weak foots except for Martial. So I think you've got a lot of options you can build with this team. And I think because I've picked a lot of players with good chemistry links, taking the team further forward, it will help. Let's look at the 2.5 mil team. A lot of similarities. You can see in this team, there is 5, 6, 7 players the same. The main difference with this team, and this is one thing you will notice on FIFA moving forward, is that when you move forward, it's not hard to get an okay to good team on this game. It's just hard to get the very good players. But Neymar and Mbappe, in a 2.5 mil team, we can stretch to them, and they are worth paying the extra coins. They're a lot more expensive than anyone else in this team because they're just that good. 87 Ben Yedder might even be an option now, in terms of you might be able to afford them in this team. If you wanted to play a more defensive midfield, you could put Kante in there instead of De Bruyne. Like I say, there's lots of different options, and you can change the team based on how it suits you. This defense has just got pace in abundance for such a cheap price. Walker, like I say, you could put him there and put Semedo there if you want a quicker defense. De Bruyne and Valverde, I would probably be putting Mahrez at left wing back, Mendy at right wing back if I was playing the 5-3-2, and then put either Ben Yedder or Mbappe at centre mid. It depends if you want 5-star weak foot up front. If you really want 5-star weak foot up front, you'd have Neymar and Ben Yedder. If you don't, then you'd put Ben Yedder in centre mid and have Mbappe and Neymar up front. 4-4-2 or the 4-2-3-1. You could put De Bruyne and Valverde in the CDM slots. Neymar would be Cam probably, with Ben Yedder up front. I just prefer having 5-star weak foots there. Mbappe and Mahrez are very good out wide. This is just, for me, a very meta team. I try and mix my teams up. Like, I'll show you my current team. My current team that I'm running, obviously with a lot more coins, so it gives me more options. I think that Goretzka's not used that often. I'm playing Bergwijn, which I've not seen loads of people use. Cantona, very good. Probably cheaper icon than it should be. Got the El Shaarawy. I like to mix my teams up and use quite a few different players. But when you're on this cheap budget, it is quite hard to get a very good team that is meta, suits the game, unless you go for these type of players. Hence, it's not the most original team. If I could put SBCs and objectives in, it would help. I have lots of different tactics on my YouTube. Recently I just uploaded a 4-3-1-2. You'd definitely be able to play that with this team. I've had a 4-2-3-1. I've had 4-2-2-2, 5-3-2, 4-4-2s. I've got a bit of everything, and I tried my best to build here a versatile team that could play all these different formations. The difference with the teams mainly is Neymar and Mbappe. Neymar and Mbappe are getting to the elite end. I think Mbappe is an elite winger. I don't think he's an elite striker. Neymar's an elite cam winger or striker. He's the best gold card on the game, in my opinion. Just has everything. And if you can stretch to afford any 500-600k player, maybe a bit more on PlayStation, Neymar is the one. He has his own unique body type. I'm going to do a video about that tomorrow, which I think will be quite interesting, maybe eye-opening to some of you guys. For me, Neymar's just so good that when you get to this level of team, you have to put him in there. But in a million coin team, I wouldn't put him in there because I think he takes up too big a part of the budget that you wouldn't be able to get a perfectly balanced squad. I've tried to pick balanced squad in this. 1 mil, 2.5 mil, you can do that a bit more. Lots of great options. Like I say, mix it up. Maybe if you've got a few red picks or untradables that can fit into this team, change it about a bit. But I think this is a very good meta set of teams that'll do well in Weekend League, ready to help you get more wins. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate the support as always. If you want to see a 5 mil, 10 mil team where it could maybe be a bit more original, let me know. Appreciate you guys. Have a spicy one.